Hey moms, welcome back. So today I thought that I would do something a little bit different. I have been really sitting back thinking about what our new homeschool year is going to look like for my soon-to-be middle schooler. She will be going into the 6th grade. Thinking about how our homeschool journey has gone thus far and how I want it to look in the future. Now that my daughter is getting older, I'm starting to see things that she's lacking in versus what she's doing really well in. She's very academically smart and she learns really quickly and she does really well with school, but I'm seeing that there are some things around the home, just knowing things more like life skills that I really want her to know and learn. And I feel like with homeschooling that should be one of the main things, and I may have been slacking off on that more. If you're used to my channel, you know that I am more of a traditional teacher. Our homeschool is more traditional. So even though we are an eclectic homeschool, I have noticed that I go more the traditional route with teaching. And so with that, we do a lot of, worksheets, reading, just regular education that you'd probably learn in a public school system, besides all the craziness, if you get what I'm saying. So she's still getting the foundations of being a Christian and learning all about the Bible and God. And she knows life lessons and life skills. I have been working with her with some, but there are some that I want to work harder on, and I want to make sure to check those boxes off. So yes, I am a box checker, you guys, 100 times over. I really am. I try to steer away from it, but I always fall back into that. That'll be a continued thing that I'm constantly trying to hit, a goal that I hit that I actually can overcome. But I mean, it is who I am, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. So with all that being said, I wanted to share with you guys something that I put together for my daughter and for myself for this new school year for 6th grade. And it's things your middle schooler should know. So these are just things that I've compiled and kind of put together on things that I think that we need to work on in our homeschool. And it's actually, I turned it into a list because I'm a very type A person. I like to check the boxes. So literally, you guys, there are lists that I want us to do. Oh, it's thick paper. I thought there was a paper in between, but it's a list that is just kind of compiled. So they have a main topic or skill that I want her to know before middle school is over. And then it has, things that go with that, either instructions on that or kind of where to go or guidelines. I kind of did it in different ways. So for instance, we have laundry on here, something that every middle schooler should know. I learned it in middle school. I was actually helping my mom with laundry while she and my father worked. So that's something that I always knew how to do. I think being a homeschool mom, it's easy to just take care of those things on your own because you're home, and sometimes it takes longer to teach or to go through or to wait on someone else to do it. So for me, I usually just do it, you know what I mean? Instead of waiting on everybody, or if they're doing school, I'll change the laundry or something like that. But I know that these are skills that she really needs to be able to take care of herself. Heaven forbid something happened to me or something like that. I mean, even when she's older, these are just things she should know how to do. So I've kind of compiled little instructions to that. So for instance, with laundry, we have label instructions, sorting clothes, how the machine works, cleaning supplies and how to use them, folding versus hanging or both, and then putting away neatly. I've also left little boxes for you if you guys wanted to use this printout and use these in your homeschool room. Now, these are not just for middle schoolers. You can use these for any age kids. I just have that title because my daughter is entering into middle school, and these are the things that I want her to know how to do on her own. We have cook. I have a little bit of instruction there. We have maintain bedroom, just to kind of keep her on track with knowing how to maintain her bedroom, keep it clean, keep it organized, go through some of her stuff, knowing how to get rid of stuff, making those decisions, decluttering it, throwing away versus donating or giving away. We have cleaning the bedroom, which is a little bit more of a deep clean, vacuuming, dusting, wiping down furniture with certain, solutions. Then we have household chores, garbage removal, stuff like that. First aid, manners, waking up on their own, time management, personal information, pet care if you guys have a pet, shopping and paying. I know that we go shopping sometimes. I'll take the kids to the Dollar Tree and I'll give them like an allowance of what they can spend, and then I have my daughter pay at the end, and she's always really nervous about it, and I want her to be able to do that, be able to count out her money on her own and feel confident enough to talk to the cashier on, you know, how to pay, and if she, you know, just to engage, you know what I mean? So I have that on there. Nutrition, just the benefits. We've been going through nutrition every year with our health, you know, studies and stuff, but I want to continue on teaching her the benefits of being healthy and not, and kind of going into that. I have meal planning on here just to kind of work through meal planning with her. That is actually something that we do together before the week is over. I sit down with her and I'm like, okay, what do you want to eat for lunches? What do you want for breakfast? What do you want for dinner, snacks, stuff like that. So we kind of do the menu planning already together. So I'm just going to reinforce that. I want it to get to a point to where she can write down what she wants and know how to budget and figure out how much money that's going to cost, and are we going to have food waste, stuff like that. Things that I think is, you know, really important. We have self-care, de-stressing, you know, on an emotional, physical, taking care of anger management, where to place those big feelings when you're going through a lot, especially a middle schooler. When you have a young girl, she's going through puberty and going through things. Now, this is not just for girls. Let me just put that out there. This is for boys and girls. And so I just want to make sure that she's on a healthy mindset and where to help her in finding a healthy mindset. Aside from the Bible, I know that the Bible is our number one. That has been instilled into both of my kids since they were babies, toddlers, since we've been talking to them. So this is just kind of going off of that. Then we have emergency preparedness, just having a plan if something, you know, were to happen. We live where there's fires, so just kind of having a plan intact, you know, if anyone were to ever, you know, come into the home or anything like that. Just having those little emergency plans planned out, I think help a lot in the situation. I would definitely instill in your kids that, you know, this is just to go over to make sure, you know, the percentage of that happening is little to none, but we just like to be prepared for these things, right? Something that I think is really important right now is cyber safety. My kids are allowed electronics. I have them monitored and all of that. We go over safety, but I really want to hit on bullying, being bullied, what to, like if you see something you're not supposed to, what to do in that instance. So I have cyber safety on here. We have community service, serving, and charitable giving, how to navigate through all of that. Another one I have on there is decision making, just how to kind of weigh out the pros and the cons, how to work through decisions, maybe give them some examples of different things and see where they go with their decision making, if that makes sense. Yard care, I think that that's really important to get out as a family. That's something I really want to work on, having my kids go out, help us with pulling pulling weeds, trimming trees, you know, throwing stuff into the yard waste, stuff like that. And I think it teaches them teamwork and hard work, because that is hard labor. Let's see here. Reading a map is really important. You never know what can happen one day. We may be without our online, you know, helping maps, Google Maps or whatever, you know, so understanding the map signals, relating the maps to the land, and then like orientating your map, knowing which direction you're actually going in. Note taking, super important going into middle school and high school. You want to kind of prepare them for that. So teaching them the different ways of note taking, you know, the different strategies you use. How to research, another really great thing that kids should know how to do as they get older, because I mean, it's not really cut and dry when you get out in the real world. When you get jobs, it's not like it's all laid out in front of you, kind of how they have it in school. Another thing we talked about with me being more of a traditional teacher. The questions are there, the answers are there. They don't really have to research for them. So I want to do a lot of research type of papers, maybe not papers, but just different situations where we're researching to find answers. And obviously you're going to want to make sure to do like cyber safety before that and be with your children if they are going to be searching the internet, because you know that's a crazy wild place out there. Something else, Filling out forms, that's super important. We fill out forms all the time. If it's for medical reasons, work reasons, just having little forms for them to fill out their information, I think is really awesome. I think that'd be really great to kind of go along with your personal information, because it'll help them remember their address and their numbers and things like that if they don't know those already. And the last thing I have on this list, I know there's a million more, maybe I'll add to it, I don't know, but keyboarding, I think that's super important with a lot of jobs, and even every day you kind of need to know how to use a keyboard, how to work around the internet, or on a computer, laptop, tablet, whatever you're using. I think that's super important in today's society, life. Everything is electronical now, so I think that's super important. But I really wanted to share this with you guys. Now, a lot of these you can start in elementary school. My daughter does do some of her laundry. She puts away her laundry. She helps me change the laundry sometimes. She does dishes for me. She helps vacuum and stuff like that, but I want it to be more her just being motivated to do it on her own and to know when to do it on her own. Time management is another thing that I really think we struggle with, because we're so laid back in my homeschool now. We start school when we want to. Things have really changed around here. And I'm not sure if I'm putting that video up before this or after, but you guys will hear all about what's been going on in our homeschool. But there's a lot of things in here that I want to work on with my daughter and my son. So I hope, oh, I wanted to share with you guys. So I wanted to make sure to show you. Now, all of these topics or skills, I'm going to be like researching to find where I can implement some of these things if I need help with them. I mean, most of them are self-explanatory. You can figure out on your own. But one thing I did find that I found years ago, you guys, I'm talking, I think Natalia was in 2nd grade, and we started to do it myself with the 3 girls, with Ari, Tally, and Juliana. And we never got through, I think like we got through maybe a month and a half of it. But I'm doing it again. She's going into 6th grade. She'll be able to understand more of it. She cooks a lot. She cooks and she bakes. She does so well. She loves it. So I went ahead and went back onto Pinterest and I printed out the cooking laptop. And so this is like a lap book, but it walks through cooking, baking, safety. Let me read a couple to you guys. Now, if you're not following me on Pinterest, make sure you guys follow me on Pinterest. I'll leave my name down here. I think it's simply Homeschool 18. Walks through safety first, rules of the kitchen, foodborne illnesses, dressing the part, and then Unit 1 is around the kitchen. So kitchen appliances, talks about kitchen tools, measuring tools, math connections, mixing tools, baking tools. It literally walks through everything. So it goes through all the different types of tools in your kitchen. And then Unit 2 is why we eat and the food pyramid. So balanced diet, different proteins, minerals, the food pyramid. And then it goes to Unit 3 with what's the plan. So it goes over cooking vocabulary, recipes, planning a menu, a shopping trip. Picking produce, that's a really great skill to know how to pick your own produce. And then Unit 4 is let's get cooking. So you get to start making things. And then Unit 5 is sharing your cooking talent. So teaching good manners, hospitality. Let's see here, nutritionist communications, and then unit reviews. So then it comes with all of these little lap book pages that you can do and turn it into a little lap book. So we're definitely going to be using this. I'm excited. I think my daughter will really enjoy it. I may actually have my son do it with us. He's really interested in doing stuff with us nowadays. Okay, so another thing that I went ahead and printed out, I'm not sure if I saved this in my Pinterest, but I will, and I'm going to put it under, what am I gonna list it under? Maybe I'll do it under things your middle schoolers should know, or maybe just middle school. Okay, I'll probably just put it under middle school. But there's a creative cooking challenge sheet from makeandtakes.com. So it shows fruits and veggies, and it has like a little checklist, and it says cook a vegetable 2 different ways. So once she learns all of these cool things from her little cooking class, we are gonna start doing this little cooking challenge. She's gonna have so much fun. She already saw this and she was excited. And then she also has this creative cooking challenge, complete 5 in a row for cooking bingo. I thought this was really cute too. So that is gonna go along with this. I may make up a couple forms, just like you know, just random forms for her to fill out, and maybe I'll attach that. Maybe I'll upload it to Pinterest or something. I'm not sure. I'll figure out how I'm gonna work this all together, but maybe I'll come up with something and I'll let you guys know if I get around to it. I'm not promising, but I will try to do it. Life is hectic, busy, I always tell you guys. But that is what I have going on for my soon-to-be middle schooler. I thought this would be really fun to share with you guys. Maybe some of you are feeling the same way that I am. But that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some encouragement or insight in different things to kind of think outside the box if you're more like me and thinking more educational. This is life skills. This is more important. Well, maybe it's very important, okay? Maybe not more important, but it's really important to live through life knowing how to take care of yourself. So with all that being said, you guys, thanks again for hanging out. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if any of these things are things that you are planning on working through with your kiddos this year. But that's it, you guys. Be safe, be blessed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.